Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. And let's talk about this young brother named Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. It says here on CNN.com that he apologized that the video appears to show him holding a gun. Well, this comes after he gets suspended 2 games by the Grizzlies. Now, I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched an NBA, a full NBA basketball game in years. When I say years, I mean a lot of years. As I call myself like an old school player, saw LeBron come up, kind of do his thing for a while, but then, I don't know, maybe I guess jobs, family, businesses, or whatever, took my attention from that to where I don't even watch sports that much. Because I was actually shocked learning yesterday that I don't know his name, but some foreign dude that's like a center. I couldn't tell you what his name is. Has won the MVP for the last 2 years and may just win his 3rd straight. Shoot, I didn't know. Like I said, I don't follow sports like that anyway. But this story been in the news, popped up on the wire, so I felt I had to comment about it because I don't understand it. This guy he's young, 23, I guess. From what I hear, a great player for the Memphis Grizzlies. But he keep doing hood stuff. Like, for what reason? From where I'm from, from what I've been taught and recall, when you are in situations when you're quote unquote in the hood or you're in the projects, the ghetto, most people try to do things to get out of that. Get out of it, move away from the situation. Kind of do like LeBron James would do, like he did. He's from a certain, whatever demographics. As he came up, he brought his homies with him, helped him get college degrees so they can help him run his business, so they can all become rich. That's what I thought the dream was. But for some reason, guys like Morant, they got a different perspective on life. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people like to say age, but again, LeBron James, hell, he came in pro strata high school. So somebody instilled something in him to where he thought about, doing positive things. Maybe because he, been with the same girl forever, got married to her, they had family. Maybe that helped settle him down. Could be the case. But let me get to this story because I have a few questions and a few statements to make about this whole incident. It says, like I said, this is CNN.com. Let's say Memphis Grizzlies star Morant apologizes via his representation Saturday after posting a video of himself earlier in the day appearing to hold a gun. Quote, "I take full responsibility for my actions last night." The statement read, "I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organizations for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being." Why he didn't say this himself? I know he said he did it with representation, but to me, to really show how people say, to really show that you're sorry, to really show people that you mean what you say, most of the time people are going to come out and make their own statements and not by representation. But that lets me know I don't think his mind isn't fully developed yet. But you remember the Kobe Bryant scandal years ago. So rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I don't want to bring this up because, God bless the dead. But when he went through his little situation years ago, he came out and made a statement. Not for the representative. That's just what grown men do. We hold ourselves responsible. Now, you might get somebody to help you write the statement, but you come out and you make that statement yourself. It says that NBA's Memphis Grizzlies had already announced earlier Saturday that Morant will be away from the team for at least the next 2 games after the Instagram live post. It says Instagram and Twitter accounts have been deactivated. It said the league is investigating the star point guard and the video, according to NBA Insider. We are aware of the social media post and involving Ja Morant and are investigating. Mike Bass, NBA spokesman, told ESPN Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Charania of The Athletic. In the clip posted earlier Saturday morning and shared widely on social media, the 23-year-old briefly flashes what appears to be a gun while reportedly listening to music at a nightclub. It says CNN had reached out to Morant's representation for further comment. The rest of the team will travel to LA to face the Clippers on Sunday and the Lakers on Tuesday, both at the Crypto.com arena. Here's my question. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not gonna put this all on young brother Ja Morant. And you might say, why not? He's a grown man. You know, he knows right from wrong. True. You know right from wrong by the time you're a teenager, young preteen, you know right from wrong. True. But like I said before, statistics show the human brain doesn't fully develop and understand how everything works until around about 25. This is a young brother that's 23, second pick in the draft. Cat got paper. You can't tell a young brother with a lot of money nothing nowadays. Being back in the day was hard, you know, so I get that. Like I said, I can't, the reason why I say I don't put that on him because my question is, where's his father? Because I'm not hearing anything from his dad, his mother now, or anybody that's older that can slap some sense into this boy, you know, knock some sense to this boy, as we would say, as old folks tell us. Because, and what kind of influence does his father play in his life? If he played a big influence on him growing up, teaching him the game of basketball, teaching him life skills, why now is his father, now, I'm not saying his father should come out publicly and tell us anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that he's telling his boys stuff, his son, stuff behind the scenes, talking to him. That's what dads do. That's what we do with our children. We talk to them. I remember my dad told me, he said, for people who say that when their kid get 18, they're going to put them out the house and they done when they're 18, you're not a real parent. Because a real parent, you're going to parent till the day you die. Because your kids will always want something, they're going to always need something, whether it's advice, suggestions, money, a place to stay, a shoulder to cry on, whatever. And it's true, because I'm, mid-40s, and I still talk to my parents and get advice from them, listen to their wisdom. And I tell people now, I listen to my parents more as an adult. I guess once I have my own family, wife, kids, what have you. Listen to my dad more. I understand and seek out more wisdom as I got older than I did when I was a kid. You know, when you were a kid, you don't listen, you just want to do your own thing. But as an adult, when you're trying to navigate through this world, you see how jacked this world is, you see your parents in a different light. He's only 23, but he has a child. He's only 23. So, and this is a time that his handlers, whoever they may be, I don't want to say it like that because it sounds like he's a slave, but the people that's older than him and wiser than him, they really need to be around him now. Now, again, another question is, like I said, why they wait so long to talk to him, suspend him, have him come out and make statements? When not too long ago, what was this? What does it say? On February, I'm looking here at Wikipedia. Like I said, I don't follow this stuff. Wikipedia on February 5th, it said they had an altercation with Morant and members of the Indiana Pacers where his homeboy, that people are saying that he allegedly, somebody in his entourage allegedly pointed a gun at the Indiana Pacers bus, or that people in his entourage were trying to push up on NBA players. Like, where did they do that at? I mean, then is when the action should have taken place, because with any kid, and yes, at 23, you're still a kid, with any kid or anyone that's doing wrong and not doing right, you have to nip that in the bud immediately. You can't wait. You can't say, well, we gotta investigate and look into it. I say it's even with any adults, because I can say this. I was in a position of management, and I had people that I was over that were causing disturbances, doing things unjob-like, okay? Trying to get them put on paper because the situation was something that needed to be handled immediately. Now, personally, if I could have handled it myself, it'd been pen to paper right in and there. But no, you have to go through a process of sending to HR. They got to look over the paperwork and then put their suggestions, dot the I's, cross the T's, and then send them back to you. Then you can proceed to do what you need to do for reprimandation. But it took almost 2 weeks for them to get back to me. And I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to work, because while I'm sitting here waiting on them to respond, other things just keep happening. And it's like, now my hands are tied, because how am I going, I can't try to check them on the first thing. I can't check them on the second thing because the first thing is taken care of. But if the first thing was taken care of immediately, the second things, third things would probably not have happened. If they would have, then it would have been like, ultimate final, reprimands, if you get my drift. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if this happened back then, why in the heck didn't, like I say, the powers that be handle that back then? And because they said they suspended Morant's homeboy from coming to the game because he was part of the problem. And then I want to know why is Ja hanging around, his homies from the hood. Now again, 23, don't know no better. He'll figure it out later if he loses it all. Or something happened, but you remember what was AI, Allen Iverson. You remember his biggest controversy was to say he had entourages, they hip-hop generation with the cornrows, the gaudy jewelry, pants sagging, every pair of Air Jordans on, the Rolexes with the diamonds in it, and all that kind of stuff. But never once did you hear about AI people pointing guns at people on the opposite team or trying to, fight people on opposite teams. You didn't hear about stuff like that. AI problem was back when he was, I think, high school, when he had an issue then, which kind of messed up his college scholarship days and almost landed him in prison for the rest, for years. But as a pro, he knew how to, what they say, keep it level, keep it gangster, like, Italian gangster, not these wannabe street thugs, but like, looking good, and you already know what I'm capable of doing, blah, blah, blah. I ain't got to sit there and try to prove nothing to nobody. But I don't understand, why brother Morant feels that he got to prove himself. Like, dude, flashing a gun at a club, like, why? I mean, that's where you're supposed to have your entourage at. You see what I'm saying? You don't bring your entourage to a doggone me basketball stadium with families and families and kids at games. They ain't no better than Lizzo with her butt hanging out at a game. You don't do that in that environment. Now at your club, that's when you're supposed to have your little. If you're gonna have one, that's when you have your entourage at the club, right? But no, this fool want to have a gun and flash a gun while he, dancing, jamming at a club. Matter of fact, you ain't supposed to be able to have a gun in the nightclub. So now you're gonna cause problems for everybody involved because of one little silly mistake that you had to try to prove that you hood or you gangster and stuff like that. Man, you got millions of dollars. Ain't no need for that. What you need to do is look at the story of like Master P and his brother Corey, and see why Master P is still out and why Corey is locked up. Look at that story. Master P was young and he turned his life around, trying to do right, trying to move out the hood. But you know what he does? He goes back to the hood and he provides for kids and old people. And that's what he said. He said he deals with old people and young kids. Everybody else in between, you on your own because you don't appreciate it. But you got to deal with the children because you got to teach the children, raise the children, give them something to look up to so they can have a better life. So we got this whole hood mentality of brandishing guns and showing that we can shoot and decimate each other. That's stupid. But if you can do something like LeBron James did and like I said, bring your homeboys with you, get them degrees so they can help you with your business and grow your brand. That's what you do, so that story can get out. You understand what I'm saying? Like even the story of like his dad. Like, dude, matter of fact, speaking of his dad, I'm sitting here reading here on Wikipedia, and they say Wikipedia ain't always the truth, but it says this in his early life. It says he was born in Dalzell, South Carolina, to his parents T and Jamie Morant. His mother, Jamie, was a point guard in high school and a softball player in college, while his father was a high school teammate of Ray Allen and played basketball for Claflin University. He said after playing semi-professionally, T considered playing professional basketball overseas. But when Jamie became pregnant with Jai, he abandoned his basketball career and stayed home to become a barber instead. He stayed home to raise his boy. So he stayed home to raise his boy so his boy can have a chance in this world. They have two-parent homes to make sure his child comes up right, and this is how you repay your father. This is how you do it. Everything you do, everybody see, it's a reflection on you and your family, no matter what, and the people you hang around, no matter what you think. I'm sure there's no way in the world that his dad, who could have played, like I say, professional overseas, made a few $100,000, maybe a couple million overseas, left you back here with your mama. Ain't no way he could have envisioned that this is what you would be doing in the pros. It'd be different if you were still back in the hood, hanging with these dudes, and this is the type of stuff you want to do, and you weren't doing much with your life. This and the third, couldn't understand. He couldn't. I can see that better. He could probably see. Well, as a father, I would see that better. Understand? That's what I would have seen because of the life you chose. But you are in the pros, man. You got a job with, I don't know how many teams, ain't even 300, ain't even 400 people in the world per year plays the sport you play at that level and make that type of money. It wasn't in this country. I don't know about overseas. And there's some overseas people that's over here. So it's even less amount of American citizens playing the game now than they did before. And this is how you show appreciation to your parents. Young brother, it's time to grow up. This ain't the time, this ain't the place, this ain't not a career. You want to go and ruin your life somewhere else, you do it, doing something else, but don't do it like this. This is the wrong place. Too. I wish I could have went to the pros. I tried to play basketball as a youngster, you know what I'm saying, and it didn't work out. So be it. You know what I'm saying? Here, you grew from 5'9" to 6'2". In 3 years, I grew from 4'11" to 5'7" from sixth grade, in the sixth grade, but then grew like only 3 inches after that. But you got the ability to do great things for your community, for the city of Memphis, for Dalzell, South Carolina. Say your sisters in high school playing ball or whatever. You could do a lot of great things, just great things, not great things and this dumb stuff for these youngsters, because a lot of people look up to you. So man, brother, just be a positive role model. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this story. Leave your comments below and share it to the world. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.